The notion that vaccines and global warming are lies used to oppress Christians is a complex and multifaceted topic. Some individuals believe that these concepts are being used as tools of manipulation, aiming to control and suppress Christian values and beliefs. To understand this perspective, it's essential to delve into the underlying concerns and ideologies that fuel this narrative. One of the primary concerns is the perceived attack on Christian values and the role of religion in society. Some Christians feel that the emphasis on vaccines and global warming is an attempt to undermine their faith and impose a secular or even atheistic worldview. They argue that the push for vaccination and environmental activism is often accompanied by a rejection of traditional Christian teachings and morals. This perceived assault on their values can lead to a sense of mistrust and skepticism towards the scientific community and its findings. Another factor contributing to this narrative is the idea of a new world order or a global conspiracy to control populations. Some believe that vaccines and global warming are being used as excuses to implement draconian measures such as mandatory vaccinations, carbon taxes, and stricter regulations, which would ultimately lead to a loss of individual freedoms and a transfer of power to a centralized authority. This fear of government overreach and the erosion of personal liberties can be particularly pronounced among Christians who value their independence and autonomy. The role of the media and information dissemination also plays a significant part in shaping this narrative. Some argue that the mainstream media is biased towards promoting a liberal or secular agenda, which can lead to a distorted view of reality. A constant stream of information about vaccines and global warming can create a sense of urgency and panic, which may be perceived as an attack on Christian values and a way to manipulate public opinion. The proliferation of social media has also enabled the spread of misinformation and conspiracy theories, which can further fuel the notion that vaccines and global warming are lies used to oppress Christians. Furthermore, the concept of scientific consensus can be seen as a threat to Christian beliefs and values. Some argue that the scientific community's emphasis on empirical evidence and peer-reviewed research is an attempt to supplant religious authority and undermine the role of faith in society. The idea that science and religion are mutually exclusive can create a sense of tension and conflict, leading some Christians to reject scientific findings that they perceive as challenging their beliefs. In addition, the influence of charismatic leaders and Christian personalities can also contribute to the spread of this narrative. Some prominent Christian figures have publicly expressed skepticism or even outright denial of the importance of vaccines and the reality of global warming. Their influence can be significant, as they often have large followings and can shape public opinion within Christian communities. It's essential to note, however, that the vast majority of Christians do not subscribe to this narrative, and many Christian organizations and leaders have actively promoted vaccination and environmental stewardship as important aspects of their faith. The Catholic Church, for example, has been a vocal advocate for climate action and has emphasized the importance of protecting the environment as a moral imperative. In conclusion, the idea that vaccines and global warming are lies used to oppress Christians is a complex and multifaceted narrative that reflects a range of concerns and ideologies. While it's essential to acknowledge the fears and mistrust that underlie this perspective, it's also crucial to recognize the overwhelming scientific consensus on the importance of vaccines and the reality of global warming. By engaging in respectful and open dialogue, we can work to address the underlying concerns and promote a more nuanced understanding of the complex relationships between science, faith, and society.